Hi guys, thank you for joining me once again today. I want to um, just discuss and analyze what I just watched. I just watched the video on BBC Africa where they did a great job analyzing and speaking to residents in Zamfara State about the recent banditry attacks and killings that have been going on. Not just killings, but kidnappings of school children. And it kind of impressed on me the need for us to not just focus on what happens at the federal level. Of course, that is important. We need a leader that will set the tone. We need someone at that level that will do the right things by Nigerians and for Nigerians. But at the same time, what it impressed on me was the magnitude of problems that exist in Nigeria. Like when you begin to think about how big and how massive our issues are, whether it's intra-ethnic conflicts. This is not just a feature you see in northern Nigeria, it's also a feature you see in the southeast as well, in the south as well. Whether it's issue of banditry, whether it's issue of kidnapping, whether it's issue of broad insecurity generally, whether it's issue of the problem of the way the economy is. You begin to kind of understand that there are so many problems that exist in Nigeria that just one man cannot solve it. Like when I was watching the video, and just 1 minute, 2 minutes ago, 15 minutes video on YouTube. It's an interesting video. I hope you watch it. And just like as an Igbo man, I will never be able to understand what the Hausas and the Fulanis are going through. Just like the Hausas and the Fulanis will never be able to understand what the Igbos went through as well or are going through. And it kind of impressed on me the fact that, yes, the president is a Fulani man. The Fulanis have so many top officials in government, and yet, despite what the Fulanis have in power, despite the fact that currently the Fulanis are running things in Nigeria, the Fulanis are still getting killed. So you have this disagreement in Zamfara between the Hausas and the Fulanis. They all speak the same language, but despite that, they're killing each other, right? Banditry is high, kidnapping is high, and what is revealed to me is the depth of the issues, depth of the problems we have in Nigeria. That to hope that one man can just come into Nigeria and wave a magic wand, and suddenly everything will just become calm and become great. It is almost impossible. It teaches us, or it taught me the fact that we need to start looking at government or looking at security or looking at Nigeria from the micro level. I mean, this is something I've always talked about. And at the end of the video, you saw a couple of weeks ago, the Zamfara state governor said that citizens of Zamfara state should start carrying guns because the government already is overwhelmed. The government cannot handle this. The federal government, they are clueless. The state government is clueless. The state government does not know what to do. They are overwhelmed with this insecurity. Some of these issues have existed for a long time. It is very difficult to solve. It will take time to heal the wounds that have been created by this violence, both the ones being perpetuated by the security agencies, by the military, and the ones being perpetrated by the Hausas and the Fulanis. It will take time, perhaps decades, to heal all the wounds that have occurred these past years. So, for me, like I said, I will never be able to understand the dichotomy, the division. I don't know why people that speak the same language, people that basically are Hausas. Yes, the difference is that the Fulani people are mostly cattle headers and the Hausas are mostly farmers. But despite that, I can't understand why they can't live at peace with each other. But same applies to the Hausas with the Igbos. The Hausas will never be able to understand why you have unknown government in the southeast killing their fellow Igbo brother and their fellow Igbo sister. So, and the issue with this violence is that when you, in the video, you had a video, a case where a son, his life, a young boy, his life was lost because the soldiers shot him. And what these scenarios or what happens is that what you have are reprisal attacks, you have cases of retaliation, because people seek revenge. We are human beings, you can't just stay and see your loved ones being killed and not do anything, so it becomes a slippery slope, all right? So violence keeps on happening, and the government really, they don't have skin in the game. They don't see any reason why they should stop or curb the violence that is going on. So for me, again, when it comes to also the kids that were kidnapped, you're talking about 130 kids that were taken by these bandits, apart from the other numerous kidnappings that have been going on recently, right? And you're talking about the mental torture, the mental illness, the mental sickness these kids will have to go through. How about therapy for these young girls and boys? After being with these bandits for a long time, how about how are we gonna rehabilitate these young people? How are we going to help them out? Because forever, that image is still in their mind. That image of what they went through with these bandits is still in their mind. And in that video, what again was revealing to me is the fact that there is immense poverty in the north. Like, yes, there is poverty in the southeast, of course, we all know that. But when you go to the north has an incredible amount of poverty, an incredible amount of illiteracy, an incredible amount of government apathy, that even though the North are the ones controlling power in Nigeria, yet the North still feel that the government is not doing enough for them. That's just the irony, right? The North has always wanted power, but the crazy thing about it is that we are not seeing the results of this power in the North. For some reason, we are not seeing skyscrapers, the best hospitals, the best schools. We're not seeing that in the North. All we are seeing are bouts of insecurity, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and so forth and so on. So the northern leaders, they fail their people. So, for me, these are deep intra-ethnic problems and issues, which I was listening to the trigonometry podcasters on Joe Rogan, and one of the guys was like, we should be wary when people present simple solutions to complex problems. And he's exactly right. These are complex issues and complex problems. These are very difficult things that even I myself, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that why are these guys fighting? What is the cause of the problem? What are the issues? Yes, you can point to the fact that you have soldiers killing them. Of course, that's there. Yes, you can point to economic issues. But why can't this group live at peace with each other? He's not an outsider, he's an insider. He's insiders destroying themselves from within. So for me, in conclusion, when the Janjabi girls came back, in the video you saw the euphoria, you saw the happiness with the parents. And what he just told me is at the end of all this, all we just want to do is live at peace with each other. That's it, that's all we want. All Nigerians are asking for, all the average Nigerian is asking for is the ability to go out, have a good job, come back home to your family, and not be scared of dying, not be scared of being shot at, not be scared of bandits, not be scared of being kidnapped. That's all the average Nigerian is asking for. It's not too much to ask. Any society should be able to provide security to her people. We cannot, according to Max Weber, according to the Weberian concept, only the states should have a monopoly on violence. The state cannot give up that monopoly on violence. The state cannot afford to give up monopoly on violence, because when the state gives up its monopoly on violence, that's when you start having bandits. That's when you start having Boko Haram. That's when you start having unknown gunmen. That's when you start having bandits claiming and saying that they're going to kidnap the president of Nigeria. The government cannot let that happen. The government must at all times maintain that monopoly on violence. Only the government can enact violence. Only the government has the right to say we can use violence on so and so person for so and so reason. We cannot let individuals, for whether it's for revengeful purposes, whether it's for whatsoever reason, have that power to say who lives on or who dies. It cannot happen. So for me, the solution has to be, number one, education. The illiteracy rate in the North, like I said earlier, is very high. The North needs more education. Thank God for the girls who, in that video, are not giving up on education. They want to still go back to school, and despite what they've been through, they are still hopeful. They are still optimistic of going back to school. And hopefully, whether it's in the North or wherever it is in the world, hopefully they can get world-class education. So the North needs to step up. The Northern governors need to step up and start doing right by their people and start providing better schools, world-class education facilities for their people. The reason why this happens is obviously the only way to keep Nigeria in chains is by not giving us education. That's the way, because when you keep Nigerians illiterate, that way the elite can perpetuate their wickedness and their evil on Nigerians, right? So the solution is education. For me, the most important solution here has to be forgiveness, no matter how difficult it is and how I can't even put myself in the shoes of people who have lost their loved ones to these attacks. But it's obvious from watching this video that the only way this can be solved is if they forgive each other, and if they decide to, the Fulanis and the Hausas decide to reconcile and put down their arms, stop buying weapons, and live at peace with each other. I'm not a utilitarian, right? I'm not optimistic that will happen, but that seems to be the only credible way to solving this insecurity issue. So guys, let me know what you think. I hardly do videos about the North because I'm not competent on Northern affairs, If you are, please let me know what you think. If you know about the North a lot, let me know what you think. I'm very, very, I'm a minimalist in the sense that I look at what happens in my region as a Southeasterner. That doesn't mean I don't believe in the concept of Nigeria. No, it means that I believe that, like I said earlier in the video, the best way to solve this experiment called Nigeria, this failure called Nigeria, because Nigeria is already a failure. The best way to solve this failure called Nigeria is by going back to the state level. I do not believe, in all honesty, that anybody can solve Nigeria. Nigeria is a puzzle that no one can solve. The only way we can solve it is by going back to our states at the state level and beginning to do things right. By electing credible governors, by asking our governors to build us the best roads, the best hospitals, the best schools. Because when all those things happen, when the 30 states of Nigeria become great, then Nigeria invariably becomes great. But to look at Nigeria from that macro level, I'm sorry, I find it very difficult to say that. Even P2B, I find it very hard to say that even P2B can solve it. It is overwhelming. Look at Jos, look at Zamfara, look at Kaduna, look at River State. I mean, you all saw the video. I know I've gone on and on, but I'm going to conclude soon. You all saw the video of Tompolo walking about with RPGs and people following him. This man is unelected, and yet he has that kind of firepower. How would P2B solve that? Even people like Wike, who are strong men, people like the Bayelsa guy, I don't know how strong that one is, but even people like this, they couldn't even solve it. Look at Anambra State and look at how Soludo is getting overwhelmed with insecurity. Then you want to talk about one person solving insecurity in 770-something local governments in Nigeria. It is almost impossible. So I've always been someone that supports minimalism, someone that supports government at the local level, at the grassroots level. That's where I believe the most change can happen. But if you believe otherwise, if you believe that we can have a messiah that from the top can do something and suddenly the whole of Nigeria will become great, then let me know. if you believe that we can have a top-down approach, then please let me know. I would like to really engage with you and see why you think that someone can just come in and suddenly Nigeria will become like America or like the UK. In my opinion, the best way is a bottom-up approach by solving insecurity at the state level, decentralizing the police force, giving governors the right to go after these guys, to fight fire with fire and apprehend these bandits and try them in courts, allowing governors the right to be able to form their own police forces, just like you have in every other federalism, in every other country that practices federalism, and so forth and so on. Let me know what you think, guys. Please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you and God bless.